Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew Williams here, presenting All Pro Broadcasting. Tonight we've got the Lugnuts series here at with a 5 track series at Michigan International Speedway. We're racing the DW12 Indy cars. At the moment, we've got the cars just finishing up practice. We're doing 100 laps here at this 2-mile speedway. We've got qualifying coming up right now with 10 minutes open qualifying set, so it's going to be interesting to see how the car's going to be handling. The current weather conditions at the moment will be partly cloudy, 77 degrees, with the track temp of 102. Wind's just coming in from the north at around about 7 to 8 mile an hour. So racing conditions are fantastic. The car's starting to leave the grid for the open qualifying session. At the moment, I've got in the booth with me Avery McDonald. He's going to be joining us in this series, helping us. I think there's a few difficulties. Avery, you there? Okay, so Avery unfortunately has had a few difficulties, and it looks like I might be able to do the broadcast on my own, but that's all right. You're used to my annoying sort of voice, so that's fine. So in practice at the moment, we had a good running practice, good turnout. We're looking at around about 14 cars to stake the green flag here today, or tonight. Sitting on the practice on the top was Mike Ellis, followed by John Hendrick. Timothy Schultz there in third. Matthew Hevener was in fourth with Jason Hughes, one of the guys from Loose Lugnuts actually. A few of the guys from Loose Lugnuts up inside the top 5, so that's fantastic to see. And all the times are sitting there from 31.7 down to 13th spot, which is 32.6. But drafting plays a massive key here in this at this track, so it's going to be interesting to see what the drafting is going to do. Will it allow people to get a pull and move away from the rest of the field? Well, the first lap of qualifying has just been done, and at the moment we've got the number 12 of Tyson Williams. He just blinked out there with the 32.5 with barely any draft. Now you're going to start seeing the guys who draft. Jeff Martin in the car 14 with the 32.5, 0.6. And it's just starting to fall. A lot of the 32s coming in there. Nick Reynolds in the 11 with a 32.4. Matthew Hevener is now setting the pace with a 32.424. So it's early days. We're going to see these guys really drafting one another and getting faster lap times than that. So far we have 7 cars to complete qualifying laps. Nick Reynolds, 32.136, has just taken the pole. Nick is probably teaming up with his teammate there, Mitchell Reeves. Yes, they are. They're just in front of each other. The one behind, there's a nice little gap there if you're watching them down the back straight at the moment. Into 3. And they've just got a nice gap there, so the car behind can just pull a massive slipstream drafting effect. Right now, Mitchell Reeves is in the draft. His next lap may be a better lap than what this one was. This one turned out to be a 32.6. So yeah, he slowed down for this one, but it's going to be the money lap in the next lap for Mitchell Reeves. So at the moment, the top 5. In saying that, Mike Ellis just pulls out a 32.015. So Mike Ellis has taken the lead so far, the pole position. He was doing a bit of drafting there with Matthew Hevener, and that has just paid off dividends for him. Matthew Hevener has come down to the bottom line as well. If we're watching him here live on the back straight, try to get the draft. Tyson Williams there in the number 12. He's sort of blinking all over the place. Mitchell Reeves currently, yeah, he's the first man. Mitchell Reeves in the number 9 has just clocked down to sub 31s, 31.963. Mike Ellis still in second. Nick Reynolds third. Michael Wilson is in fourth in the 00, and Jeff Martin is currently around at the top 5. So with these guys, they're sort of looking for a partner, just like the super speedways with the NASCARs. They're looking for a drafting partner, but with these cars obviously being so delicate and fragile, you cannot be bump drafting. Some people say you can bump draft, but it's a very high risk, and the reward is great, but the risk is also a lot great too. So you can actually turn your partner around a lot easier and also damage your front spoiler, which will in turn make your car drastically slower. So we're halfway through here, this open qualifying session. At the moment, Mitchell Reeves is still setting the fastest lap with a 31.963. Mike Ellis is in second with a 31.978. Sorry. Nick Reynolds third, 32.136. Matthew Havener in the 02 machine is currently out of four at the 32.248. And round out top five will be Michael Wilson with 32.309. And then from there, you got Jeff Martin, Tyson Williams, Mike Wheeler, Donald King. It's good to see Donald King out here tonight. Jason Hughes is currently in 10th. We're still waiting for Timothy Schultz, John Hendrick, Verlis Falcons, as well as Nick Hunt to set a qualifying time. So we've got four guys that currently have not set a lap time yet. I'm starting to see some guys sort of group up on pit road here at the moment. And I'd say everyone's been called down for a pit party because there's a lot of cars starting to build up and congregate for this last. We've got just under 4 minutes left of open qualifying now. This is actually the first race of the 5-car, 5-track loose lug nut series. Obviously brought to you with the sponsors, proud sponsors of the paint shop, as well as All Pro Broadcasting, which is associated, of course, with All Pro Racing League. This series to be run every Friday night. And basically the best thing about this series is they take 5 cars, 5 tracks, throw them in the hat, pull them out, random order. And what we're going to end up with is a very good run of different cars and tracks, so it adds to consistency of drivers rather than just the truck heroes and the B car heroes and so forth. So it's going to be great to see these drivers adapt their different driving styles per car, as well as adapting on the racetrack as well. With this series, we've got a $50 payout for the series champion, so that's a nice little money maker for them. But not only that, we're also still running our Tuesday night All Pro Racing Super Speedway series. It's proudly brought to us by Michelangelo's Paintings, as well as the Thursday night NASCAR iRacing Winter Series, which our very own All Pro Racing, one of our founding fathers, Mike Ellis, who's driving the 17 Tide Ride machine, is currently participating in and doing exceptionally well. So, yeah, the calendar's getting full for All Pro Racing. And just remember, if anyone else likes to get their series or their races broadcast, please don't hesitate to contact us here at All Pro Racing. For any of your broadcasting needs and requirements, we're more than happy to work with you and help you out by all means. So back to the qualifying at the moment. Currently, around about just over two minutes to go of qualifying. Jeff Martin has just done a huge jump up to third with nearly a 32 flat. Mitchell Reeves is still currently our pole man. Mike Ellis is currently working with Donald King to try and see if he can get some sort of drafting slipstreaming effect of King to help him just take that top spot away from Mitchell Reeves. A lot of the drivers are communicating in here and trying to work with each other, obviously for the qualifying position, and then in the race, who knows, we've got 100 laps, so there will be need pit stops in this race. Hopefully it's going to be under green. We did a practice race last night. However, the weather conditions weren't the same as what we're running tonight, but it was virtually a green lap race, green flag race, and with pitting under green. So Mitchell Reeves is currently on the back straight with his buddy Nick Reynolds there, and got a nice little gap between them. I say that right now Mitchell's just assisting Nick to climb up the order. Nick's currently sitting back down there. Well, he's not far actually, in fourth place with a 32.1. Tyson Williams moved up to fifth with a 32.138, so he's starting to come through. And right now Nick Reynolds is pulling out of the draft in the back straight of Mitchell Reeves. He's looking for the inside move on the turn 3. Looks like he's going to get that, but how much of this time will he lose now that he's the lead car? Once these cars get out in front, the amount of wind resistance on the wings obviously slows them down due to the downforce required. And that's why you like to sort of stay in that pack and stay behind. But these cars don't experience anything like the NASCARs where they get hot while sitting behind other cars. But oh, now Mitchell Reeves has spun out into one, hit the wall, and that created a domino effect with Mike Ellis also hitting the wall. And we have another casualty in that accident. Jeff Martin also hit the wall. I think Nick Hunt just brought it to a stop on the inside line there. So 10 seconds to go. Pretty much sure that sums up qualifying. And we've got all our cars in here, so it's interesting to find out what's going on with Timothy Schultz, Burles Hankins, John Hendrick for not taking any sort of time there. But all right, so the cars are starting to line up on the grid. So let's just go through them. In the man with the pole, the man of the moment, Mitchell Reeves in car number 9. Alongside of Mitchell out of 2 will be Mike Ellis in the number 17 Tide Ride machine. In 3rd place for this evening's race will be Jeff Martin. That's a good effort from Jeff. In 4th place we have Nick Reynolds. 5th place, currently I'm not on the grid, but that'll be Tyson Williams. And the number 12, the 02, Matthew Hevener, starting out of 6th. Out of 7, we have Nick Hunt in the number 15. Michael Wilson is going to be out of 8th there in the 00 machine. And Michael Wilson in the 00 coming out of 8th. Out of 9th we got Mike Wheeler in the 42. On the outside of him we'll have Donald King in the 23. Out of 11th tonight is the 58 of Jason Hughes. Then back further we've got Timothy Schultz in the number 2. Burles Hankins. And John Hendrick round out the rear of the field in the 006 and the 5 machines respectively. So as we round out the field, we're about to get underway with our safety car. So just capping it off again, we've got a 100-lap race here. The cars will definitely be needing some fuel on the way. Our restarts will be double file, of course, with lap cars to the rear. And the track temp at the moment is sitting at 102, so it's still pretty much the same. It's just whether these guys are going to be able to handle each other side by side in a close format of racing. It's going to be excellent to see. And you start actually going through the field here, we're just seeing a lot of these cars, their sponsors on board, the Radix between the number 9 machine and the 11, the teammates of Mitchell Reeves and Nick Reynolds. The 14 with his Georgia Bulldogs, Jeff Martin, he's a proud Georgia boy. All of these boys are actually Georgia boys. Matthew Hevener with his patriotic scheme, it's fantastic to see. Nick Hunt with his National Guard. Jason Hughes with his lovely Denver Broncos paint job, and I'll come back to the rest of them later. We're just exiting out of 4 shortly. About to go green. As They're all bunching up there, nice and easy. Safety car's in. Reeves, he's going to lead us to the flag. We're green, 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 we go here at Michigan International Speedway. Mitchell Reeves to the lead, following closely behind with the 14 of Jeff Martin. He's taken as well. Nick Reynolds has dived to the inside of our fellow forefather of Mike Ellis there. Mike's been relegated back to fourth. Jeff now looking on the outside of Reeves as they're heading down to turn 3 on the opening lap. Can't get it done. He tucks back in, but Nick Reynolds is there. Was there any sort of contact? I've seen a bit of smoke. Reeves and Reynolds to the bottom. The two Renex cars are going for it. They're going to work together to try and break away here right now, but also you've got Mike Ellis making a move on the outside, just in behind Jeff Martin. On the inside now of, Martin's gone exceptionally wide up against the wall there. Him and Reynolds are battling it out. Matthew Hevener is trying to get in amongst this battle, as well as Donald King's moved up. Donald King qualified 10th, he's already up to 6th. Great effort there by Donald King. Looks like now the teammates are actually battling each other for the lead while they're doing this. Mitchell Reeves was the number 1 man across the line at the last time loop. Mike Ellis is currently in 3rd. Ellis looking for an inside move there on Reeves. Alright, right now we've got the two teammates making a move on each other. Nick Reynolds. Nick Reynolds is through. He's through to the lead on his teammate Mitchell Reeves. Nick's coming up to cover Mitchell. Mitchell's helping him. They're both in the slipstream together. Looking on the inside of 3, you've got Mike Ellis. Mike Ellis is going to take that spot away from Mitchell Reeves. He's coming up the good. Was there contact there? I'm not sure. It looked like there was a bit of contact. Jeff Martin looking on the inside there. 3 wide down the main straight. Battling for second. He's trying to get that the lead man, Nick Reynolds. Reynolds tonight racing the number 11. Normally his favourite number is the 54, and due to his own mistake, he forgot to register the 54 for this evening. But it looks like this 11 might be giving him some good luck. He's actually starting to break away from the field. The last time we had 2 tenths. It's quite possibly blown out to 4 tenths. No, he's come back over the time loop now. Nick Reynolds is leading ahead of Mitchell Reeves with 2 tenths there, followed by Jeff Martin. Matthew Hevener is battling with Jeff at the moment for 3rd. He's got the good run. Matt's going for it on the inside. He's pulled back to the outside wall. Also coming through the field's a 00 of Michael Wilson. He qualified in 8th spot this evening. He's now currently up to 4th. Mike Ellis is falling back. Mike Ellis now got a bit of a battle on his hands with Jeff Martin on the inside of Ellis. Jeff takes that spot. Ellis lets it go. Ellis knows it's a long race. We've only just completed lap 7 of this 100 lapper. A lot of these guys giving each other room, which is fantastic to see. I'm worried if we were in trucks or anything else, perhaps we would have been under caution by now. But this is awesome to see. And then here we go. So Matthew Hevener, he's really got a good run at the moment. He's right up on the back bump, almost on the back bumper of Mitchell Reeves there. Mitchell Reeves to the outside of his teammate, Nick Reynolds. Reynolds to the inside. And Matthew Hevener is just sitting back, just watching all this play out. His car's sitting nice and fast at the moment in the early stages. Donald King's dropped back to 8th position at the moment. He's making a move there and 3 onto the 7. The 00 at the moment as they come onto the main straight. He's trying to look for a way around the outside of Matthew Hevener. But while he's doing this, he's being dogged by the 14 of Jeff Martin. These Georgia boys, they don't like to be passed too often, and when they do, they like to also get that position back. I'm going to be watching Jeff Martin towards the end. I think he'll have something to go with. As the teammates, Reynolds and Reeves, the double R machines. are flying down the back. So into 3, they're side by side, wheel to wheel, no giving an inch. They come off 4, they've got a drag line to the line. I think Reeves is going to take that one. No, Reynolds. Reynolds is still our leader. Well, they're very close back there with the Matthew Hebner and Michael Wilson. Getting very close out of 2. All right, we're just riding with our man at the moment, Donald King, in the cockpit. We were actually talking earlier this evening about how fantastic these cameras on the cars are. So this is going to give us. We're just going to try and ride around a bit with Donald King. We're going to see what's going on ahead of him. As he's coming into turn 1 now, into turn 2. As you can see, it looks like Martin's up against the wall. Jeff Martin against the wall. He's now dropped down to the bottom of the heap. I think Jeff Martin may have gotten contact there. Donald King comes into 3. Perhaps can we look at getting a replay on the number 14? Now the number 14 is now down pit lane. He's definitely got an issue. It looked like on lap 11, Jeff Martin in the 14 on lap 11. He, as we're on board with Donald King there, he went into turn 1 and everything looked pretty nice into turn 1. He's just washed up a bit, too much steer into it, and he just got that wall. And unfortunately, he's damaged that very vital part of his car, the front wing, which offers all the downforce on these machines. And he's had to slow up and go to pit lane, which is an unfortunate occasion for Jeff there. It looks he's got everything sorted now. He's back out on the track. He's not sure if he's gone down a lap. I'd say he probably has. That was a nasty leak there from Jeff Martin into the wall, lap 11, so early on in this race. I wonder what's happened to make him hit the wall like that. As we go back to our leaders, Reynolds and Reeves, they're not slowing up on each other. These teammates are not listening to team orders about bringing the cars home in one piece. They're battling away side by side, wheel-to-wheel action here in the open wheelers of the IndyCars. The whole time All Pro Racing has been operating, we do get some odd races happening. Not many times have we actually raced with the DW12. And I actually recall speaking to Nick Reynolds just the other night. Possibly 2 nights ago, and he didn't even own the vehicle then, so he's pretty new to it, but he's taken it really well. So out of 2 there, Mitchell Reeves had a very good run on the behind of Nick. Had to take evasive action about to run in the back of him. These guys still side by side. They're just starting to pull away ever so slightly. They've got 2/10 lead on Matthew Hebner there, back in 3rd. Hebner's putting on a good effort tonight. And Michael Wilson as well in 4th in the 00 machine. These guys are really putting on a great show to be up there with these guys, because but Hebner's got a good run now. He's looking. He's snooping. He's got to the inside. As I speak about him, he takes the lead. Easy as that, he says. Matthew Hebner. He just sped. Oh, the teammates touch. They've hit each other. Michael Wilson head first into the wall. We got caution out. Because we just want to go back to between turn 3 and 4 between Nick Reynolds and his teammate there, Mitchell Reeves. It looks like Mitchell just comes up. Oh, I don't want to say that too loud because these guys are fantastic clean racers. I'm showing a bit of damage on Mitchell's front spoiler prior to the incident, but perhaps Mitchell's just come up ever so slightly with his front right, just hitting the inside of Nick Reynolds' left rear, creating Reynolds to spin. And I mean, it's heartbreaking stuff for these 2 guys involved, but the man behind the 00 of Michael Wilson was having a fantastic run. Sitting there inside the top 4, and he's just got nowhere to go, and he just launches off Reynolds' car, and it flips Reynolds' car around, and as it's doing so, it's putting Michael Wilson's car into a massive sort of side somersault, virtually head first, crashing into that wall, the outside wall on the main straight. And that's, oh jeez, these cars are torn up. Yes, I believe so. Michael Wilson's car has been got stuck on the fence there for a split second. These catch fences do their job. And I just hope no one else got involved with this wreck at the moment. So far we've got, I believe something else happened too, because I've got Mike Ellis showing a lap down. I think what happened under caution, the flag was already out. And I believe the number 2, I want to say it too loud in case I'm wrong, but the number 2 looks to have been travelling a little bit too quick under caution and net-coated with the 17 of Mike Ellis, causing Mike Ellis into the outside wall. So all sorts of drama are carrying on right now. As these cars are under caution at the moment, this is turning into terrible stuff. We've had a few retirements. Tyson Williams unfortunately had to bow out of this battle early. And the number 12, he was looking pretty strong earlier on, but due to connection issues he had to bow out. But also we've got a few other problems with Nick Reynolds showing a lap down, Michael Wilson showing a lap down, as well as Mike Ellis. So they were the 3 guys that got caught up in that wreck under caution. On the good note, however, Jeff Martin got his lap back, so now he's back on the lead lap. That Georgia boy is going to be going for it. He's going to be hungry right now. So we're sitting on lap 19, over 100 laps, so we've got another 80 laps to go, 81 laps to travel. And it'd be interesting to see what's going to transpire here. We're going to see if we can grab Nick Reynolds now for a bit of a chat. Hey, Nick Reynolds, it's Andrew Williams up in the booth. You got a copy?
What's going on, Andrew?
Oh, mate, just sitting up here with my heart pounding out of my chest, watching you guys at the moment perform. And you guys are putting on a great show, both you and Mitchell. Do you want to tell us through what was going on in turn 3 and 4 there?
Yeah, I think I might have. Pinched Mitchell a little bit on the bottom there. Me and him never really run these cars before, so it's kind of a learning experience for both of us.
Now, I mean, I remember talking to you just a couple of nights ago. You hadn't even had the car, so you just purchased the car. You're pretty new to it, and already you're running hard up front. But just talk me through as well, because just prior to that incident happening, Matthew Hebner just got a real strong run on you guys on the back straight. Was there issues coming out of 2?
No, I don't know. I was just trying to play it safe, and I had never really run these cars, so I've never been in the back of a pack. I've always been up front. So we're going to see what happens here. I'm going to try to lay back and try to get my lap back here.
Well, 10-4, Nick, and best of luck to you, and I hope it just from here on out smooth sailing for you, my friend.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Andrew. We're going to work our way back to the front.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Reynolds, lovely man, and another Georgia boy. He's got a long race ahead of him. The field's now doubled up. Lap cars to the rear. We've got Mike Ellis at the moment 2 laps down. That's a shame for Mike Ellis in the tide ride machine. But you never count him out of a race. Doesn't matter if you run short tracks in a super, anything. A legend to super speedway with the Gen 6. Never cut him out of a race. Double filed up guy who's going to lead us to the line. It's going to be Matthew Hebner on the inside with Mitchell Reeves on the outside. Timothy Schultz in the 2 is going to be on the inside in 3. 58, Jason Hughes will be out of 4. Mike Wheeler's now come up among the mix in out of 5. Safety car is in. Hebner's going to take us to the line. We're green, green, green. The drag race between Matthew Hebner and Mitchell Reeves. Hebner's got it on the inside. My timing loop showed that Mitchell Reeves got to the line fast, however, Matthew kept his foot into it and got that machine out of there as he's holding the inside line. Mitchell's looking for a way around the outside. Jason Hughes now up to 3. He's sitting there, you can see the lead in front, he's not going to back down now. Timothy Schultz stalking Jason on the outside. The battle for 3rd place is intensifying, now going up to try and catch 2nd. Hebner's getting a nice lead now. The first 5 cars are starting to pull away from the group behind. And that's Mike Wheeler. Oh no, that's a lap car we got amongst there. That's Nick Reynolds is trying to get his lap back the old-fashioned way. Nick Reynolds is getting amongst it. He's ducked up in behind the 2 of Timothy Schultz. He's looking to the inside Tim. Where does he come from? Nick Reynolds. And that restart starting at the rear. He's now moved up. He wants his lap back. He told us he wants that lap back. And he's going to get it back the old-fashioned way, the hard way. He's looking to the outside. Matthew Hebner, I think Hebner's just going to let him go. He doesn't want to fight. However, they're getting closer to 1. Timothy Schultz is hanging back. Oh, we've got a caution. We've got a head. Oh, no. A few big ones there. It looked like Verlis. Verlis looks like he's just trying to inside maneuver on Jason Hughes. And thankfully, Verlis just tried to get out last minute, spun his car around, hit the outside wall. And while that's happening, the guys behind are trying to avoid as much as possible. I seen the 5 there. It looks like the 5 of John Hendrick checked up to avoid any sort of altercation, and he got hit from the rear from Michael Wilson. That sends those cars spinning, so that's another, again, 3 cars involved in that wreck. Caution 2. We only just completed around about 4 laps under green there, 4 to 5 laps under green. It'll be interesting to see what sort of fuel load these guys have got. 50, 100 lap race here. Our leader, Michael Hebner. Hebner, he's opting to go down pit lane. This is going to give Nick Reynolds his lap back. He was going to be the lucky dog regardless. So Hebner's down pit lane. Who else got? Michael Reeves down pit lane. Jeff Martin's back down pit lane. And the 15 of Nick Hunt. John Hendrick down pit lane, obviously getting repairs from that incident. And Verlis Falcon. So hopefully none of these guys are going to go a lap down. We should get some of the guys who were a lap down make get that. No, they won't get their laps back because everyone stayed out. So at the moment we're sitting on 2 cars lap down at the moment, which is Michael Wilson is 1 lap and Mike Ellis at the moment is currently reading 2 laps down. Quick stop and go for Verlis Falcons. So no tyres or fuel for Verlis. While we're on the caution, I was just going to see if we can See if we can get a moment with Matthew Hebner here. Matthew Hebner, it's Andrew Williams up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. And tonight looks like you're doing fantastic. You must have a grin from ear to ear.
Yeah, everything seems to be going right tonight.
Now, I saw a few laps back before that first caution came out, your car just came out of 2 and you just went like a rocket ship down the inside of the 2 teammates of Mitchell Reeves and Nick Reynolds just prior to their indication. Your car's obviously running good. You're feeling strong in this IndyCar here?
Oh yeah. I got a lot of experience here in Michigan. And we were just talking on the team radio before I passed them guys that we had to get by, that they were beating and banging with each other.
So you obviously saw that. You guys are making a bit of a team meeting to get it happening. Well, that's fantastic. Matthew, now I've said it wrong in the past when I've called it. It's Hebner, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Finally I've got it right. I've been practicing all week. You've got a fantastic IndyCar, great paint job on that thing. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to? I'm sure I'm going to be talking to you later on in the race regardless, but I just think it's a fantastic car. If we can get a close up of this car, that'd be awesome. Please tell us more about
Yeah, I got
your car.
this from the paint shop, man. John does awesome cars. I got it. He's painted all my cars. I believe this one is the Marines car with the American flag. I can't remember what I had on there.
No, you're correct. It's a great tribute there for the Marines. And it looks fantastic. Well, I just wanted to just try and get you aside to have a bit of a chat with you. Now, at the moment, you've got the 2 sitting behind you of Timothy Schultz. What do you think about him? Much competition for you. I also know you've got Jason Hughes back there in 3, so you better not be sleeping on this restart, my friend.
Oh yeah, I think everybody's fast in these pretty much. At least everybody in this race that I've ran with before.
Well, thank you very much, Matthew, for your time, and best of luck to you as we see out the rest of these laps.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.
Well, there's Matthew Hebner, and finally I got his name right. Lovely young man, and I must say I enjoy seeing these guys when they run their paint schemes as homage to the tributes to armed service men and women. As he said, he's running the Marines paint job on his IndyCar. And it's always good to see that. So well done there, Matthew, and keep up the good work. So the car's now double filing up. We're sitting on lap 28 of 100 here. Hopefully these cautions are going to stop shortly. We're going to be able to have a run all the way through. We're still sitting with, out of the 14 cars entered, 1 retirement, which is Tyson Williams, unfortunate. Mike Ellis 2 laps down. Michael Wilson is 1 lap down with Nick Reynolds just taking the back on the lead lap, sitting back there in 11th. But I believe he came from around that spot earlier to be up alongside Matthew Hebner. So only time will tell what sort of restart we're going to get out of this one. From the qualifying stages to the race, the biggest mover at the moment is going to be Timothy Schultz, who qualified out of 14, who did not actually set a time, but practice he was third fast, so you can't really say it, but he's sitting there in 2nd. Jason Hughes is in qualified 11, sitting in 3rd, and our man Donald King, I'm going to try and get a chat with Don later on. He's from 10th to 4th. That's fantastic. All right, they're doubling up, coming out of 4. Bit of chatter there on the team radios. Pace car is in. Matty Hebner is going to lead us to the line with Timothy Schultz on the outside. We're green. Timothy Schultz was sleeping. Matthew Hebner's just taken a massive lead. Following him behind was Jason Hughes. Jeff Martin also went through. Donald King now up to 5th. Timothy Schultz dropped from 2nd back to 4th. I was worried about Matthew getting caught sleeping. That was Timothy Schultz off. Just had his pillow with him and went non-eyes on that restart, but he's making it up now. He's looking to the outside of Jeff Martin out of 3 and 4. Can't get it done. He's looking to the inside now. Matthew Hebner is just holding that bottom line. He's not being silly right now. He knows there's still a long way to go, but he just doesn't want to drop back. Jason Hughes starting to really reel in that 0-2. Wow, very close between the 14 and the 58 there of Jeff Martin and Jason Hughes. Very close out of 2. Hughes has lost a bunch. He's lost 2 positions out of that turn. Timothy Schultz up to third, pardon me. Behind, it's all happening. Nick Reynolds at the moment, for anyone wondering, on the restart is 11th. He's up to 5th. Oh, we've had a big wreck. A big wreck. Oh, no. Between Verlis Falcons and Mike Ellis. That was a very hard wreck. When these cars are fast when they're on all fours. Unfortunately, when they don't get on all fours, they become like an absolute aeroplane, a fighter jet, and just fly through the air with no controls. Well, it looks like we had Ellis on the inside line, Falcons on the outside. Oh, Verlis just don't know what happened there. Perhaps his spotter wasn't telling what was going on, but surely he should have seen what Ellis was doing. He's just tagged the right rear of Ellis and just put Ellis straight up into the wall on the outside of the main straight. And that was a very hard hit. Extremely hard hit. These cars are designed to go fast while on all fours in a straight line, not flipping into walls and crashing like that. So that's the second incident that both drivers have had. Unfortunately for Ellis, right now he's on pit lane. He's trying to get his things repaired as quickly as possible. Unfortunately for him, he's been the unwilling participant in both occasions. Just been minding his own business, trying to get the job done for his team tonight. He's come in and lost it sideways into his pit base, so you can obviously tell the frustration going through Ellis at the moment. He's not a particularly happy camper. He's always puts on a hard, good race, and it's a shame to see Ellis get removed like this. We're just getting word down from pit lane that Ellis has exited the car. He doesn't want to partake any further action. Heart goes out to him. He's a true racer. He'll race you for anything. You want to drink a soda pop can, he'll be more than happy to race you on a drink guest, or who can turn the TV on the fastest, who wants to mow the lawn the fastest. Everything's just his competition is in his blood, and it's a shame to see him go out tonight like that. Now at the moment, going back through our leaders, so Timothy Schultz has taken a pit stop. A few of the guys are taking pit stops now, so obviously getting their fuel load down and perhaps even experiencing a bit of tyre wear. As they're down pit lane, so now we've got who we got down there. We've got the 58, the 42, the 0, the 2, the 5, and the 15. So that's Jason Hughes, Mike Wheeler. Wheeler's been a bit quiet achiever tonight, but I'm not going to rule him out so soon. Timothy pardon me. The 2 of Timothy Schultz, and the 5 of John Hendrick, and the 15 of Nick Hunt. So all these guys down pit road getting tyres for gas and go. And we can still see the 17 destroyed tide ride machine there sitting on pit lane. It's just sitting there sideways. I wonder if the IndyCar officials will be down trying to have a chat with the team there to get that car removed, but I don't think Mike Ellis really gives two hoots about what's going on now. It's just a shame when you see a good drive like that. I mean, I'm not taking anything away from Verlis, but yeah, when these cars are going fast, they also wreck very fast. So back to lead, Matthew Hebner in the 0-2. He's going to lead us to the green for this one with Jeff Martin on the outside of him. Nick Reynolds already up to third place. Donald King's in there in fourth. Actually, let's try and get a quick chat with our man Don King. Donald King, it's Andrew Rivers over booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
How was your night finding tonight?
Not too bad, man. I kind of started a little bit further back there and started making a move up to the front and got choked up a little and was just slowly moving up on these cautions.
I'm just seeing your car sort of, it moves up, then drops back, exactly what you said. You obviously know we've got 100 laps, not 15, and you know there's plenty of time on your side, so it'll be good to see you get that 23 machine up to victory lane tonight. You reckon it's possible?
Anything's possible in racing, man. I'm just trying to keep the car clean as I can and get what I can get here.
Fantastic. Anyone you want to do a shout out to, my friend?
Just big thanks to All Pro Racing and Michelangelo's painting.
Fantastic. Always nice and sweet and short with the good man Don King, the king of iRacing. I'll just he's always one of the guys when I first started in iRacing over 2 years ago. More than happy to work with me and help me out. So it's an honour to now be calling races that he's a part of. As he said before, he wanted to thank you sponsors as well. This wouldn't be much happening without our sponsors as well: the Paint Shop, All Pro Broadcasting, and All Pro Racing League, as well as Michelangelo's painting. And we must never forget Michael D'Amico, the man who works the cameras here. A massive thank you to you, Michael, for all your hard work. You think these broadcasts are very easy, you just press record and walk away, but he has to get the cameras in line and get them all checked up. And really, Michael, from the bottom of our hearts, we say thank you very much, and we're very appreciative of what you do. But as we keep going on, I can't say too much more. We're double filed up. We're coming out of 4. Matt Heaton is going to lead us to the line. Jeff Martin on the outside. Nick Reynolds to the inside. Donald King at 4 on the outside. Second row. We're green, green, green. Matthew Hebner's not cheating. Mitchell Reeves dived to the inside around his teammate Nick Reynolds. However, we had to remember he couldn't pass the inside before the line, so he checked up. Donald King looks like he's going to be moving up to 3rd there. Mark Reynolds has got the run on the inside. These cars hit the back straight. Jeff Martin is just lagging behind the Georgia boy. He's making a run now around Matthew Hebner on the outside into 3. He's closely followed there at the moment by Reynolds. Reynolds now looking to the inside of what's he going to do with Matthew Hebner. He's also now got his teammate Mitchell Reeves. Mitchell Reeves up to 4th. Donald King's been relegated back to 6th. Jeff Martin's moved back to 3rd. This is all happening. Jason Hughes now getting amongst the mix there. He doesn't want to muck around. He's up to 5th. Hughes and Reeves got very close there. Reeves got a bit sideways and managed to hold on to it. You see Mike Wheeler sort of getting into the defensive line behind as they're 3 wide down now to turn 1. Hebner's still in the lead. He's still got a nice lead ahead, but for how long? Reynolds looks to be going to the outside. Jeff Martin looked to the inside. He's following in with Matthew Hebner. They're going to leave Nick Reynolds to the outside, so Reynolds won't be able to get the job done. He's coming back down. The first 3 are virtually nose to tail. The first 2 are definitely nose to tail. And Jeff's just sort of hanging outside. He's biding his time. I'd say he's not trying to get amongst it too early. Nick Reynolds is looking for a groove, and as Nick's doing this, you can see Jeff Martin's going, right, I'm going to go to the inside. Poor Matthew Evans is getting attacked from all angles at the moment. Reynolds just couldn't get it done on the straight line. He had him, but then once they went to the turn, now they're side by side. Out of 4, drag race to the line. Reynolds, I think, is going to be the leader of this lap. Yes, Reynolds is. Nick Reynolds was the leader of that lap. Jason Hughes really caught up in the back of Jeff Martin there with Donald King in tow. Mitchell Reeves is now starting to come through, but now the battle's on again. Reynolds to the outside. Hebner to the inside. They're giving each other a lot of room there. Jeff Martin doesn't want to let Hebner go. Every time this happens, Jeff just cannot get back up on the bumper of Reynolds, Reeves, pardon me, of Hebner as they hit the main straight. It's all happening. There's too many guys in front. Jason Hughes now really starting to show his dominant force here. Very close between Martin and Reynolds out of 2. Hughes flying down that back straight on the outside. Moves up to 3rd, he just can't hold it out of 4. Mitchell Reeves there sitting now 5th. Donald King in 6 to the outside. Mike Wheeler is now starting to sort of show his cards. And someone we haven't spoken much about tonight was John Hendrick. He is now currently up to 8th. His battle is from 1 to 8. Nick Hunt is currently in 9th. Michael Wilson there in 10th. Timothy Schultz went a lap down. He's in 11th with Velas Falcons currently out laps down on pit lane. And he may be another retirement. So at the moment, 2 retirements. And the battle still goes on between Hebner and Reynolds. I just hope this doesn't end in tears. Reynolds has got a good run and he's pulled down before the... Oh, they come out at 2 and he's got it done. Reynolds has got it done now. Jeff Martin seeing what his Georgia boy buddy did before. And the Georgia boys are coming through. No, can Jeff get it done? He just cannot seem to get the power just to get past Matthew Hebner. Oh no! No, Hebner got into the back of Nick Reynolds and Nick Reynolds went flying into the infield there, hit the pit lane wall. Oh, geez, that was an extremely hard hit. Let's just have a look at that on replay of car number 11. I don't like calling out drivers, and I just want to make sure I get all the facts in front of me. So as they're heading down the back on the main straight part of me, the 0-2 looks to sort of duck in behind the number 11, but he comes back to the outside. Nick is sort of coming up the track a bit. Nick's come up. They've made contact, and that's just sent Nick on a roller coaster ride that he really had no control of. And he's just ploughed the pit lane wall there and just gone to a bunch of barrel rolls. I'm hoping no other car got caught up in the melee of this wreck. Wow, that was a very hard hit. Yeah, if you go by the lines on the track, you see a lot of lines on the track, and it looks like that the 0-2 of Matthew Hebner was following that line, and the 11 there of Nick Reynolds has come up on that line, and his rear bumper made contact with the left-hand front wing, or the left-hand side of the front wing, and front left tyre of Matthew Hebner's car, which unfortunately unsettled that car. I mean, these cars are going extremely fast. What were they doing? 229 mile an hour. Only 230 mile an hour when contact was made, and their aerodynamic package, it just pretty much, whatever angle, wherever they're pointing, they just go that way. It's extremely hard to sort of get them off that, especially in their super speedway or speedway aerodynamic kits that they're wearing at the moment. So, oh, what a shame. What a shame for Nick Reynolds there. He's been battling all on. He's on pit road at the moment. The driver is out of the car. And hope the driver's okay after that tremendous wreck. So, unfortunately, we're down to 10 cars on the lead lap, as well as 10 cars currently racing. Now we have Nick Hunt. Alright, so as all the drivers went down pit lane, one driver stayed out, and that was Nick Hunt in the 15, the National Guard. And he's going to send us on our way. On lap 46, about to go, just crossed over for lap 46, this 100 lapper here at Michigan International Speedway. With loose Lugnuts Series 5 cars, 5 tracks, with the series champion taking out $50 payout. Obviously courtesy of the lovely sponsors on board, the Paint Shop, All Pro Broadcasting and All Pro Racing League. Also many thanks go to Michelangelo's Paintings, as well as Michael D'Amico himself for all the time and effort he puts into the camera work. I hope you ladies and gentlemen are enjoying it at home. And if you're following us on Twitch or you're watching this on YouTube, get onto our Facebook page, give us a like, as well as subscribe so you always catch up to what our races are doing. If you're an iRacer yourself and you want to sort of get in on the action, don't hesitate to look us up and through the league pages, All Pro Racing, Michael D'Amico, and yeah, by all means, we'll be more than happy to have you join us at our next race. All our races, of course, are free to enter. We often pay some prize money at the end, which is a nice little incentive to come racing. And even if you you don't have iRacing or you want to get iRacing, but you're not sure what to do or how to go about it, we're more than happy to sort of work with you and get it going for you and assist you in whatever queries, questions you have. Unfortunately, it looks like we've got the playpen right near the studio tonight. Some children screaming their house down. They like the racing they're seeing. We're double filed up here. So Nick Hunt in the 15 National Guard's going to lead us to the green with Matthew Hebner on the outside. Mitchell Reed's currently up to third. And the Renix machine, number 9 on the outside of him will be Jeff Martin. And then the Georgia Bulldogs. And while we have the Georgia Bulldogs on the outside in 4, we're on 5th. We've got the Denver Broncos 58 machine of Jason Hughes. To the outside of him is the 23 of Donald King. Out of 7th for this restart, we're going to have the 42 of Mike Wheeler. In 8th, we're going to have John Hendrick in the number 5. I'm looking at his paint scheme. He's got an awesome paint job on that car. I need to get in there and have a closer look later. We might get a word in with him if we have another restart. And start out in 9th will be the number 2 of Timothy Schultz. The 00 of Michael Wilson catching up. He's coming into 3 now. And the AARP entry. Here we go. Safety car is in. We're green, we're racing again at Michigan. We've got a sleeper on the line. Nick Hunt was sleeping. Mitchell Reeves looks to the inside, can't do anything there. Matthew Hebner's taking the lead again. Nick Hunt now just moved back to 2nd. Mitchell Reeves and Jeff Martin side by side for 3rd. Matthew Hebner's going to lead us back down on the opening lap into 3. Nick Hunt follow him on the inside line. On the outside, we've got the number 9 of Mitchell Reeves looking for a run on the outside to get that 2nd spot. Donald King's making a charge now. He's been deflected there at the moment by the Georgia Bulldog of Jeff Martin. That lap's now in the books. That's lap 49. Mitchell Reeves now looking for an outside run on the 02 of Matthew Hebner. Extremely close, heading to 3. Jeff Martin just lurking. He's like a... And now they're through wide going across the line. Who registered that time? So we've got Matthew Hebner registering against Jeff Martin, Mitchell Reeves, but as they're going into turn 1 out of turn 2, it's looking a different story. The 9 of Reeves has taken the lead. He's come up to sort of hold off the Bulldog of Jeff Martin. As Matthew Hebner's relegated back to 3rd, Hebner's on the inside line of Martin, so Hebner's able to pull the inside run. Also having Reeves in front of him now to get a slipstream. Martin's just holding that outside line. I don't think he's too worried about it just yet. He's had a fast car all night, but looks like he's just going to let the lap sort of wind down, hang around that front pack, and he'll probably attack a bit later on. Hebner now on the outside of Reeves. Matthew Hebner has got a good run. He's trying to cut down on Reeves to sort of cut Reeves' tack off, but couldn't get the job done. Now Martin to the inside. Martin and Hebner are coming extremely close. Hebner's moved back up the track, give room. It looks like Jeff Martin's weaving all over the place. He doesn't want no one coming through because right now Donald King's want to get in on the action. Nick Hunt just tailing back there in 5th. The run of the 2, Timothy Schultz, also wants to get in on the mix. A strong contender earlier, Jason Hughes, is just relaxed at the moment in 7th with Mike Wheeler in 8th. They're coming into 3, into 4, side by side. Reeves, Hebner, which one will lead them to the line this lap? I believe that goes to Hebner. Hebner gets that lap lead done to the books. Into turn 1, Reeves to the inside. Hebner to the outside. Hebner gets a good run off too, which is good for him. He's able to pull up alongside of Reeves, but they aren't able to do anything more. Hebner really wide into 3, cuts back down, and he's cleared Martin. Oh no, Martin and King into Hunt. I think Timothy Schultz got caught up in that. There was contact back there further. At least 4 cars, 3 cars, no caution. Oh no, we've had a few out now of that after that wreck. There we go, caution's out now. So finally the officials have jumped to it. With the caution coming out, we've got Mitchell Reeves as the leader. So let's go back to that caution. On the end of lap 53, between the 23 and I believe the 14. Now coming out of 4, it looks like the 14's come up on the 23, side tapped him. Don's got a 4-wheel drift happening there. He's come back down on the 15. The 2's involved. The 2 and the 15 trying to check up on what Don's doing. Sends the 15 into a spin. Don's able to hit pit road virtually straight away for any sort of repair. I don't think he had an option. You'd think it was a scapegoat. And further down the order, as they're all sort of checking up, the 5's checking up. The 5 of John Hendrick, he's just been absolutely drilled from behind by the 00 of Wilson, and a put 5 put Hendrick into Wheeler. So a bit of a domino effect there at the end. Now back to live here, so I can see Wheeler right now is heavily damaged. He's showing a lap down. He's behind the safety car, but unfortunately in front of him he's got the 02 of Matthew Hebner, and if Hebner does not pit, Wheeler won't get his lap back, and Wheeler's also got to pit for repairs. Donald King is currently behind Wheeler. He's a lap down. His car does look very straight, so fingers crossed he's good to go. The rest of the field's starting to pile out of pit lane there. So we've had 4 retirements in this 100-lap race here at Michigan International Speedway. Nick Reynolds in the 11, Velez Falcons in the 006, and Mike Ellis in the 17 Tide Ride, as well as Tyson Williams. So 4 retirements. On pit road at the moment, we've got Michael Wilson getting his car repaired. Hopefully get that repair done and get back out on that track. So even though Reeves was the leader when the caution came out, he hit pit lane for some gas and tyres. Matthew Hebner stayed out. Just trying to see if we can find Nick Reynolds anywhere. He was looking good today, but unfortunately it just wasn't his night. So I wonder how many cautions this been on, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone been counting? So Mike Wheeler's been sent to the rear. He really needs to get down pit lane and get that car looked at. Because you just done that. That's still looking banged up to me. Let's try and see if we can bring in the Georgia Bulldog, Jeff Martin.
Like $5-10
Jeff
a
Martin.
Boy, that's a
It's
nice
Jeff Martin. It's Andrew Williams in the booth. You got a copy?
yeah, go ahead.
I've just been watching the race transpire this evening, and you're always sort of up the front, but you're also taking different lines to everyone else. You're staying wide a lot. You're not really fighting for a lead, but you also look like you have a car that can do the lead. What's your gameplay, my friend?
I do. I can get to the lead. I'm being a little leery because I don't know how many resets we have. So I'm kind of just trying to hold off and be careful.
I hear you. So unfortunately for the Georgia boys tonight, you lost one of the strong guys. Nick Reynolds is out, but you're fancying yourself as a contender. I mean, your car's always been there.
Yeah, I don't have no problem with running up front this track and even winning, but I got to get around Matthew and Mitchell first. So we'll see how that shakes out. I'm just going to ride right here for a little while and play it.
10-4, I hear you there, Jeff. Well, good luck to you, my friend. And is there anyone you can do a shout out to?
Yeah, All Pro Racing, Loose Lugnuts, and they put on a huge race. So
10-4 on that, Jeff. Yes. Well, Jeff always loves racing at the huge racing events, and it's good to have him join us here this evening. As the Indy cars are lining up, we're starting to lose a bit more of the field. Well, we've got 9 cars currently out there. Michael Wilson just been told the 00 has left the pits. He's going to try and catch up with the field. But the field's doubled up now. And they're coming out of 4, about to come out of 4, with Matthew Hebner being led by the safety car on the outside of him. We're going to have Mitchell Reeves. Jeff Martin will be starting down to 3. Jason Hughes will be 4th on the outside. Timothy Schultz in 5th. Safety car in. We're green. Matthew Hebner's got the jump. He wasn't sleeping. Further back, however, it looked like the 15 was. Nick Hunt was sleeping again. So Hebner will lead us to the first turn. Mitchell Reeves hot on his heels. Jeff Martin looked for an inside as well. Jason Hughes to the inside in 4th, and Timothy Schultz is round out the top 5. Top 5 has got a bit of a gap back to 6th of John Hendrick. Oh, we've just had it. Oh no! Reeves into the wall. Hard. I'm not sure what's happened there, but the number 9 of Mitchell Reeves and the 02 of Matthew Hebner has had a bit of a contact. Wait to see slowed down replay of what's transpired. So they're coming down the back straight into 3. As they're into 3, Reeves has got the lead. However, it looks like he comes down. He's probably thought that the 02 of Matthew Hebner is further down against the line, but Matthew Hebner's holding his line where he was entering the corner. Mitchell Reeves has got it sideways, corrected, looks good. Still fighting with it. Just missed Jeff Martin and hard on the anchors, and it went straight up into the wall. And once that went, it looks to be all over for Mitchell Reeves. That car, I'm not sure how many rotations these things can do before they say enough's enough. But that definitely doesn't look good for Mitchell Reeves. Was anyone else caught up in that melee of drama? Oh, Mitchell's rear suspension's all broken. And so both the Rain-X machines are on pit road. Both drivers, cars, the drivers are out. Hope the drivers are safe, but and Mitchell Reeves has left. He's the car's gone behind the wall, and that's a terrible shame. He was looking very strong. He was our pole man for this evening's race. So that cuts our field down to 9 cars, 9 from 14. And, you know, every time you get these guys racing, I mean, we went for a good run at the start with clean green flag racing, and as the race is starting to go on, I think perhaps they know the laps are winding down. It's we're now under 40 laps to go. Matthew Abner is currently leading the field away. He qualified in 6th, so they're just in front of the front half of the field there in qualifying. But he's definitely showed his car race pace. He's one of the fastest ones out there. Jeff Martin is currently in 2nd. We've spoken with Jeff. We've spoken with both of the two front drivers who are feeling very good and relaxed with their cars. Wheeler, I see Mike Wheeler in the 42 just back down pit lane. Maybe get more repairs done on his car, or get some new tyres and a bit of gas and go. The car's still under single file. It's looking like a hard night in the office for these guys tonight. Donald King. For any of the Donald King fans out there, be pleased to hear that he's currently got his lap back. He's now on the lead lap, going to be starting out of 7th, the 23. Let's see if we can just have a quick interview here. We're just going to see if Jason's available, Jason Hughes. Jason Hughes, it's Andrew Williams up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's fantastic to see your car out there tonight, the Denver Broncos DW12. How are you finding it? You're sort of up the front, drop back a bit, come back up again? Are you just pacing yourself towards the end, or?
Dude, pacing myself and just really trying to get familiar with the car. I'm definitely not an IndyCar expert, so oh my God, it's nerve-wracking, I'll tell you that.
I mean, the race looked fantastic. You went green for a while, and then we've just had a few incidents since then. You qualified in 11th, and so at the moment you're up into 3rd, so you've done a massive, well, I wouldn't say improvement, because you say you're getting used to the car, but you definitely come along leaps and strides there. What do you think? You think you've got something for Matt up front?
Oh, most definitely, dude. I'm going to wait until the end and then make my move. I think I can. I've been noticing during the race you can get a killer run coming off too and make a pass on the backstretch. A lot of these guys aren't really executing it, but
yeah, no, what you're saying is definitely correct. When we're watching back when Mitchell was racing against Hebner, we're watching that happen, and that was for some fantastic racing. Now I'm just looking at your car here. The Denver Broncos, like, it's a fantastic painted car. Every car we see you in is well represented. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to, or anyone you want to thank while you're got the 2 minutes of spotlight?
yeah, man, I'd just like to thank my team for working with me all week, trying to get me ready in this IndyCar little go-kart, and always the paint shop, man. I look good out here driving these Bronco schemes because he puts the time and effort into making them look good for me.
Yeah, 10-4. I'm seeing a lot of his work now, the paint shop, and he definitely knows his stuff. So anyone out there, by all means, get onto the paint shop and get your stuff looked at. Look, Jason, thank you very much for your time. I'll let you go. We're going to go racing, so best of luck.
Thanks, guys.
Well, that was Jason Hughes there in the 58 Denver Broncos. The safety car's in. Hebner's going to lead us away. Matthew Hebner's leading us away. Jeff Martin slipped back into second there. Jason Hughes in the third. In fourth place, we have Timothy Schultz. Back there in fifth, got a battle happening at the moment between John Hendrick, Donald King, and Mike Wheeler's a lap down. So it's all happening. But at the moment, at the front, we got Martin looking for an outside run on Hebner. It's not going to be that as achievable as he was hoping. While he's doing this, Jason Hughes is looking up, looking for a place to go too. They come over to complete lap 65, or start 65, so complete lap 64. Matthew Hebner still leading into one. It looks like Matthew Hebner's trying to break the draft between him and Jeff Martin. But Jeff Martin's having no go with that. Looking to the outside run. I think he's going to try and do an over and under as they hit the main straight. Jason Hughes is sucked up on the draft there of the 14 of Jeff Martin. They almost crossed the line, 3 abreast. So Matt Hebner again leads us back into turn 1. But the Georgia Bulldog machine is coming on the outside down the back straight. Jeff Martin's got a good run. He's looking into 3. What can he do into 3? Hebner's come over a bit, come back down. Jeff Martin unable to get it done. And this is where the 58 of Jason Hughes really strides. He gets out of 4 really well, comes down the back straight, but he's also bringing with him the number 2 of Timothy Schultz. The way they're going, this one might end up into a 4-car war for the lead. It looks like Jason Hughes just checked up ever so slightly there, just lifted off. He didn't want to be there. He's trying to plan his attack right. He spoke to us about his game plan. He wants to get a good run out of 2. Right now you got Martin looking for an outside on Hebner to lead that lap. Unsuccessful. Matthew Hebner again leads us on, back onto lap 68. Timothy Schultz is now starting to fall behind. If he wants to stay with this pack, he really needs to watch where the draft is. It's so strong. Hebner to the inside, Martin to the outside. Now you got Jason Hughes looking for a run on the inside. Jeff was able to come down and hold off his spot. Jeff's now looking to the outside down the main straight. Matthew Hebner is not allowing any part of this. He says, you want me, you got to take it hard. Now the run out of 2. Has Jeff got a good enough run here? He's started to gain, but now he's plateaued. The mover at the moment is the 58. The 58 Jason Hughes, even he's looked like he's just backing off. I wonder if he's just sort of sleeping back there, because you see the 58 really catch up to the 14 and then just ever so slightly just back off. And not only doing that is biding his time, but he's also saving on his fuel load if he is running a very close load to the end of this 100-lap run. 30 laps to go now. You got to watch Matthew Hebner, but if these guys keep on laying off, he's going to get a good run and actually break it. I think once you get to 0.6, 0.7 seconds ahead of the car behind, the slipstream doesn't work as much, and you're able to sort of hold that gap for then on out. So they can't let Matthew Hebner get too far in front. Jason Hughes looking for an outside run on Jeff Martin. Hughes to the outside, up against the wall. Martin's in mid-track, he's come back down, he's ducked in behind the 0-2 of Matthew Hebner. Jason Hughes unable to make the pass on the back straight into 3. Jeff Martin gone back up against the wall like he was doing earlier. And while the guys behind Matthew here are sort of trying to work out the best run, Matthew's probably sitting there worried as anything, like a duck on open season, wondering when is the attack going to come. 58 now past the 14. Jason Hughes got a good run out of 4. As well as moved into second, but also Timothy Schultz is now making a move on the 14 of Jeff Martin. Timothy Hughes is through to 3rd. Jeff's now relegated back to 4th. See, this is a sort of action that can take that leader and just give him ever so slightly inching ahead. But Jason Hughes isn't letting him get too far. He's actually really pulled back up on the bumper. Hughes, when they went over the timing loop last sector, was 2 tenths behind. This lap, 0.08 of a tenth behind. That's 100th. So Hughes is not letting the grand prize get away from him. He can see that victory in front of him. But the man who's been working hard all night, Matthew Hebner, is definitely he's showing that he's earning this at the moment, holding this lead nicely. Right now, Hebner's been attacked or is being pressured at the moment by Hughes, Jason Hughes in the 58. Set himself on the outside. Let's say where he goes out of 2. He's got the run he was talking about. He's using it for his advantage, up against the wall. He's actually passed. His car is passed. Matthew Evans, however, once they hit 3, that's when Evans is able, because the inside line, he's able to just pull away and pull that car length and a half back. Nick Schultz is now starting to, Timothy Schultz is starting to catch up to Jason Hughes. Jeff Martin just riding back there in 4th. They've really pulled away from the 5th place getter of Donald King. Donald King may have sustained damage still. Hughes again to the outside of Hebner. And Hebner's still saying, I don't think so. You stay behind, buddy. They hit the main straight. We've just completed lap 76. And the race can be any one of these 4. Down the back straight once more into 3. Jeff Martin looking for an outside move on Timothy Schultz. Timothy Schultz moves up. Martin gets off the gas. That allows that little 2 group to fall back a bit further. Hughes is now looking for an outside run on Hebner. Can Hughes get it done by the time they come to turn 1? He's unable to do so, but he's going to try and slip back in the slipstream here of Matthew Hebner. He's going to try and get a run off Hebner, and he's going to get it done. Will he be able to pass by the time they get to 3? That's the question. He's right up against the wall. He's just unable to clear the 0-2 by the time they get to turn 3. These 2 are really now starting to make a bit of a break. Number 2 of Timothy Schultz. Jeff Martin has really dropped back. Jeff Martin's hit pit lane. So is Donald King. Is this a strategy call here? I believe, from what I'm hearing, the 14 of Jeff Martin is not damaged. So it must be a fuel load. And that was a quick gas and go. And while that's happened, Matthew Hebner's also hit pit road, so they are doing a gas run. Right now you've got in the lead, we have Jason Hughes in the 58. He's finally done it. However, behind him he's got Timothy Schultz in the number 2. When will these guys need to pit? How much longer can they run on their fuel load? We have 20 laps remaining of this race. How much further can Jason run with his car? Mind you, he's being pressured at the moment by Timothy Schultz. So he's not able to lay off the gas in any sort of conservative mode, because the number 2 is right behind him. I'm hearing there's spotter talks at the moment between the drivers and the teams about when they're going to be making their stop for the run to the end. Jason Hughes now into pits. Timothy Schultz is going to take the lead for lap 81. Now, I also noticed when Jeff Martin stopped, I'm seeing Jeff Martin back on pit lane. I think Jeff may have had an incident. And the car is being turned off. Also, we've got a spinner on pit lane. Spinner on pit lane. It looks to be the 58. No, Jason Hughes spun on pit lane. So Jeff Martin is now out of the race. Oh, you're kidding me. I've just heard word that as Jeff Martin was leading the pit lane, he spun it and hit the wall, the inside retaining wall of pit lane, and took off the front wing. And with the whole quick repairs, he's unable to get that car repaired, and it's deemed to be too damaged to continue. So that's a shame for the 14 of Jeff Martin. Timothy Schultz, however, still running fast. He's on lap 84. 5-second lead ahead of the 15 of Nick Hunt. He's running this. He's going to run this tank dry. He's still not empty. He's going to go across the line to start lap 85. 15 laps remaining. How much fuel does this guy have? When they start this race, there's 13 gallons worth of fuel in the car. And I'm just thinking, how much further can he go when everyone else has needed to stop? Mind you, Nick Hunt has not stopped, neither is John Hendrick. So perhaps he stopped along those guys. And right now he's probably got that car shifted in 6th gear, so it's not hitting the maximum RPMs it would be in 5th, and trying to save as much fuel as possible. But I'm certainly must be seeing this 2 down pit lane shortly. No, he's gonna complete lap 86. However, Nick Hunt is starting to catch. Nick Hunt has pulled in 2/10, so that's perhaps Nick Hunt's pulled in. Wow, nearly half a second now. So I'm guessing that Timothy Schultz is laying off in 6th gear, trying to get this puppy home. Around about 13 laps remaining. I've just been joined in here in the commentary booth by Jeff Martin. Jeff, you there, my friend?
Yeah, what's up?
Well, as we've just got to Jeff, sorry Jeff to cut you off. So Timothy Schultz now down pit lane. That's going to hand the lead to Nick Hunt in the 15 National Guard. John Hendricks also through. And we're going to see where Matthew Hevner pulls out with this one. Is he able to get ahead? The stop was good. Stop was quick. Here's where you got to be careful when you exit that. No, he's just. Oh no! Timothy Schultz has thrown it away. Oh, you're kidding. So, to Nick Hunt at the moment, in the 15. Jeff, you can tell us all about what happened to you. It just happened to Tim just then. What, is it just when you take that pit lane limiter off and the tyres are cold and they just spin?
You know, I don't know. That's the first time I've ever spun coming off pit road. I think I just got too anxious and gas and got into it too much. And it just, once it caught for...
I'm hearing you there. It's interesting what's happening right now. We've got Nick Hunt in the 15, who's currently our leader, but he's actually just behind the 02 of Matthew Hevner. So this is going to be interesting if Nick has to pit. We've got 10 laps. I mean, what were you looking at for your pit run, for your fuel window when you were racing there, Jeff?
I really wasn't looking for it. I just kept watching my fuel. I knew that everybody had to pit one more time, so I was going to short pit. Well, I come in and pitted, and then I gassed it too much coming off, so that ruined that. I might have been able to get back out there right in the front, or maybe just behind Matthew again. I might have been able to hold it. I don't.
Yeah, it's just interesting. We're just trying to run the data at the moment to find out roughly how much fuel, how many gallons these guys have got left between Nick Hunt and John Hendrick. It looks like Nick's car's slowed dramatically. I'm not sure if he's out of gas, or I'd say he would be. He's definitely pitting, but he's coming extremely slow. He's not out of gas. Yeah. No, he's not out of gas. We can hear the engine still running. It's. I think he's just been a little bit too cautious. He's probably seen what's happened earlier. But this is going to hand over that lead to the 0-2. But it depends how many laps can... All right, John Hedrick has just come out of pit lane, so he's done his stop. So he's going to be interesting to see the next timing loop. Nick Hunt on his cautious entry and exit.
You can only get about 36 laps on a tank.
36 laps on a tank of gas, and continue to see. So Jason Hughes has just passed Nick Hunt there. We're waiting for the next timing loop to come around to tell us where everyone's sitting at. But it's a shame we're dropped down now to what, 6 cars racing. Matthew Hebner's. Yeah, Matthew Hebner, he's taken the lead, so his pit stops paid off, his fast cars paid off, and he's over 6 seconds ahead of Jason Hughes in the 58. Nick Hunt with his long run there, and he's not far behind Jason Hughes. Donald King's up to 4th, but sitting 20 seconds off the leader. Nick Hunt might be able to pull Jason Hughes in, however, that's almost over a second. I don't know if the draft is going to work like that. But we're sitting on lap 93 now in the book. We're on lap 94. Matthew Evans looks like he's got the job done, Jeff. He had a lot of comers coming at him early. He had Nick Reynolds. He had yourself, Mitchell Reeves. He had Jason Hughes. He's had virtually everyone sort of throw everything at him, including the kitchen sink, and he's still the man standing.
Yeah, he's definitely. When you're down there, as long as you run it right and you hold that bottom line, almost nobody can pass you unless they catch a bad draft that they just get around you. But it don't happen that easy. We rode behind him forever and waited for him to mess up, and he just didn't.
Yeah, he's definitely got the blinkers on today. He's only looking forward. The red mist has come over. He wants his win. The racing tonight's been hard, fair, perhaps questionable, but it's been hard. These guys are working everything they can.
A lot of the problems you see with these, the people in the front or the people that are getting wrecked on the outside, is the arrow push on these cars. When you're drafting up behind somebody, if you don't let off, it automatically shoots you to the outside. And if somebody's there, you're going to touch them and send them spinning, which happened several times already.
Well, that's a great insight there, Jeff, because that's something we weren't even thinking about earlier. We're only talking about the massive draft and what the draft had in the play of the racing, but that's a very good aspect you brought in there. So right now, Nick Hunt has backed off. He's unable to sort of chase down the 58 of Jason Hughes. So I believe a lot of these guys will just be running these cars out as they are. The field's very fast spread. I was quite surprised to see everyone sort of, with the fact of the drafting and everything coming to play, Jeff, I saw when you went to pit lane, I saw Donald King hit pit road as well. And I thought perhaps there might have been talk between the two teams of hooking up later on and helping you guys sort of draft together to get to the front. But everyone else was sort of pitting by themselves, so...
Now, I mean, I did let them know I was going to pit, so, I mean, they probably just shot in there with me because they knew we couldn't make it. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know that it helps to have a teammate with you here unless you're pulling them, but they can't bump draft you, so it's unless you're pulling them, it's really...
Yeah, no, that's right. Well, right now we're on lap 98. Matthew Hamner's got a good 5.8 second lead ahead of Jason Hughes in the 58. He's got 7 seconds over Nick Hunt in the 15, 20 seconds over the 23 of Donald King, and he's sitting at 29 seconds ahead of the 5 of John Hedrick. So he's definitely got his job done tonight. Mike Wheeler is the struggler this evening. He's normally a very fast driver, top contender. Lovely young man, currently a lap down, still trying to wheel that bent DW12 around this track. And for drivers like that, you just got to you understand they're real races. They if that thing can still keep moving, they're going to keep racing. And I'm sure, Jeff, you would have done the same thing had the team told you not to shut it off. So, all right, we're on. We've got the last lap now. On board with Matthew Hebner. We'll sit on his roll cage here. Can we get an onboard shot with Matthew Hebner?
I'm almost convinced that Matthew can actually take this car, stop it, run it in reverse, and go across the line. He's got such a big lead.
Yeah, well, he's got at the moment, just in front of him, John Hedrick, and yeah, he's going to take this win nice and convincingly. And there we go. So, well done to Matthew Hebner for taking out the Loose Lugnuts Series first race of the 5 Cars 5 Track Series. It's going to help his championship points to go towards that $50 payout for the series champ, as well as Jason Hughes in the 58. Got second tonight with Nick Hunt in third. So yeah, what an amazing race. Out of the 14 cars at the end, we only had 6 cars finish the race, 5 cars on the lead lap, and yeah, just unfortunate for the guys, 8 cars that retired. So Tyson Williams in the number 12 was first retirement. Mike Ellis unfortunately got hit too many times that at the park. Verlis Hankins also retired. Nick Reynolds with that hard hit. Michael Wilson, he tried to get that car repaired too many times, but at the end it was all over. Mitchell Reeves put in a hard effort, and unfortunately went home with nothing tonight. Jeff, yourself, Martin, unlucky. Timothy Schultz, same problem in the pits, so unlucky to those guys. But right now we've got the top 3 guys down on the main straight. And we're going to get down, we're just waiting for them to finish up talking with their team. We're going to go to the in-race chat. Okay, Nick Hunt. Nick Hunt, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Sure do.
Well, Nick, so this evening's race, what are your thoughts on it? You qualified 7th, and you finished 3rd in the end. You led a few laps. Tell us what your thoughts are of the race.
Well, I'm pretty tickled with it. I haven't run a lot of Indy cars, and so I kind of hung in the back a little bit, just playing it safe, trying to make it to the end, and you know, it worked out pretty good for me. I had a good time with it.
Would you, with the strategy of the race, sort of turning out prior to the last run of pit stops, you're looking extremely strong, and with that last run you did before you stopped, it was actually incredible how many laps you got out of your tank. But coming onto pit road, you really slowed up. Were you out of fuel, or?
No, I just, you know, I thought I was going to hit it too hard, and you know, I don't know, my brakes was kind of locking up a little, so I was just, you know, just slowed down, just bad entry, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, so many times we think about pit stops and green flags, and we go and practice them, and then only find out we always spin under caution. So it's one of those things. Nick, is there anyone you want to thank? I mean, you've got a lovely car there, the National Guard, well painted and very presentable. Is there anyone you want to do a shout out to, my friend?
Well, I just appreciate and want to say thank you to the All-Pro, you know, league. This is my first race with them, and everything was run real professional, and I enjoyed it. And everybody raced pretty clean, so, and I appreciate y'all putting this on.
You're welcome, Nick, and welcome to the All-Pro broadcast we're running here in the Loose Lugnuts Series, which is the 5 Cars 5 Track Series. And you've definitely helped out tonight with the points going, obviously, as you're probably aware, the $50 payout for the series champ. You haven't done a very good start, but you can't say you haven't done a bad one either. I mean, top 3, that's fantastic. So well done, my friend, and I look forward to seeing you the next run.
Okay, I sure do. I appreciate it. I really enjoyed it.
Well, that was Nick Hunt there in third this evening. All right, in second place, you've got Jason Hughes. Jason, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, we spoke earlier in the race, and you sort of had a bit of a game plan, but after that last run of the pit stops, it sort of changed everything. But how are your thoughts on the race? You've got to be chuffed.
After spinning out in the pit road, I can't be too disappointed with a second place finish, but I'm actually more happy for my teammate Matthew, man. We put a lot of time in to, what we do, and I'm excited to see him get a win.
Yeah, I'm hearing you there. It's fantastic for Matthew. Speaking on that spin, I was actually down on the, we're watching on the cameras down on the pit lane, because unfortunately Jeff Martin, he spun coming off pit lane and destroyed his car. And we're watching you in the background do your little loop-de-loop circle work as if you're practicing getting in early for your donuts. Yeah, that was a bit of an embarrassment for you.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to point that out. I was hustling the car, trying to get it on pit road, get as much as I could, and as soon as they dropped the jack, I goosed it. Rookie mistake in these Indy cars, what can I say? But second place, I'm thrilled with that.
Well, congratulations, Jason. Yeah, sorry for pointing that out, but well done. And again, your points for the series of the Loose Lugnuts series here, 5 cars, 5 tracks. You've definitely started off again on the right foot, so well done to you.
Yeah, man. 1-2 finish tonight. Thank you.
Well, that was Jason Hughes there. Now, our winner this evening, Matthew Hebner. Mate, no one had it for you. You've got to be wrapped. Well done.
Yeah, I think I got a little help with a couple of them guys having problems on that last pit stop, but it was a pretty good race.
Is there what was your thought on the race? Did you feel like you were going to be attacked? I mean, you had a lot of cars hanging around you. It was as if you were sort of a bait sitting in the waters with the sharks coming in there. But you managed to keep that car moving and keep it going strong. So, did you think it was going to be harder than that?
I thought it was going to be a little harder, and here in Michigan, you have to keep it on the bottom and just pray.
Yeah, 10-4. I'm hearing you about that. Well, you've done an excellent run for this evening, taking out the first race here of the Loose Lugnut Series, 5 cars, 5 tracks, and putting top points in for the series. Where the winner, or the series champ, takes out the $50 payout. So any sponsors? Anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for hosting and the people that came and watched, and the paint shop.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much for that, Matthew. If your car's still running, please do a burnout.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that pretty much wraps up our 100-lap race here at Michigan International Speedway here for the Loose Lugnut Series with the 5 cars, 5 tracks. Please tune in. Remember, every Friday night is the Loose Lugnut Series. So next week we'll be heading to, I'm not even sure which track, but it will be different car and track combination. We look forward to seeing you then. Don't forget, Tuesday night is the All-Pro Racing, the Super Speedway Series, brought to you proudly by Michelangelo's Painting. And the Thursday night series with the NASCAR iRacing Winter Series. As always, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank our sponsors, the Paint Shop, All-Pro Broadcasting, as well as All-Pro Racing League, Michael D'Amico for all his fantastic work, all the drivers for coming along and giving it the best they can, as well as you, the viewers at home. So, thank you very much for your time. As always, I'm the Aussie from Down Under, Andrew Williams, and I appreciate you joining us, and look forward to seeing you next time. Take care for now.